How's it going, orchestra friends and family? This video is a quick tutorial on how to tune yourself. Remember, students should be tuning themselves before playing and also before our digital rehearsals. Let's go ahead and talk about the different methods that we should be doing this. And yes, parents should be helping in certain cases. Students, make sure to get your parents' help when I say they should be. So first, let's talk about the ways that you are able to tune yourself and check your tuning. So you have two options right now. If you are on a device that, such as a laptop, you're going to be using the website-based tuner. If you're on an iPad or an iPhone or some type of mobile device, you're going to have one of two choices. You have a through the website browser tuner and also an app that you can use. Now, let's go ahead and start with people on regular computers. So if you're on a regular computer, you have the Alex DeMortos tuner. Once you click the link, which should be in the description below and also has been sent to your parents several times, when you go there, it's going to ask you to start tuning, and this is going to give permission to your computer's microphone to turn on. So you're going to go ahead and turn that on, and as you see, it's starting to hear me. The other option is tuner.ninja. You click start. It's going to ask for permission. I'm going to allow it to use my microphone so that it can hear me, and it will, it'll move as it's listening. Now, the other option we talked about is an app. So the app that I really enjoy using, and it is free on iOS, so that's Mac devices, is the INS tuner. The INS tuner, you're actually going to see a screen recording of me opening that right now on my phone. So the INS tuner works the same way. All of these are going to be working the same way, by the way. Is it listens to your instrument and the sounds, and it's going to tell you whether to go up or go down. And we're going to talk about how to do that here in a minute. How do we determine how to adjust the instrument, and how are we going to adjust the instrument? So violins, violas, and cellos, you all have fine tuners at the bottom of your instrument. These are what look to be like metal screws on this part of your instrument called the tailpiece. Basses, your fine tuners are the tuners that you have actually at the top of your instrument. Those are fine tuners. You do not have pegs. So anytime I'm talking about fine tuners, basses, that includes you and the top of your instrument. Now, we want to, as much as possible, only use the fine tuners. It will be significantly easier. Now, students should know the pitches of the strings for their instrument, because they're going to need to know that in order to tune their instrument correctly. Now, let's go ahead and talk about what they are. So if it's violin, the tuning notes are from highest to lowest. So the thinnest string to the thickest string for violin is E, A, D, and G. For viola, it is A, D, G, and C. For cello, it is also A, D, G, and C. And for bass, it is G, D, A, and E. Now let's go ahead. Now that we know what notes we're looking for, we're going to use my cello here as an example of how to tune your instrument. Now we're going to be using the Alex DeMortos tuner. It is my favorite one out of all this set because it is a very visual tool. Now, very basic idea here. I'm going to go ahead and purposely detune my A string. Let's go ahead and listen to what that sounds like. You've seen that it's coming up as to the left, okay? Now, it's not quite on the A, so when it's to the left, that means that the string is too loose. We need to tighten the screw. So we're going to righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, all right? So we're going to tighten the string. I'm going to take the screw that's attached to that string, and I'm going to go ahead and tune it. Once it's green, you can go ahead and stop. There's nothing else you can do. Now, in a perfect world, you have that perfectly lined up. But That's what you're looking for. You're looking for green on the letter that you're looking for. One more time. Let's go ahead and watch. Green is good. You would continue that process on all the other strings with the letters for those strings. Now let's talk about turning the pegs. So now we're going to go ahead and use my viola as an example on how to turn the pegs. Now, let me tell you, parents and students, it is very easy to break a string while using the pegs. You do not need to turn it very much at all. Very much at all. Let's go ahead and watch. Now, I'll switch to the tuner view so you guys can see this. So we're going to be turning the A string for this example. Now, I want you to watch how little I have to turn that to change and make the pitch wrong. Okay, and then we'll flip it back. But I really want you to see how little I need to change it, because it's a lot less than you think. I turned it from being straight up and down for a quarter turn to make it so that the peg is this way. And it went from the note A to the note F. So that is a 3-note difference in just a turn like this. It works the same way on the cello and the violin. The pegs move the strings a lot. So you need to change them very gradually. Now, when you are turning them, it's not just turning. You have to turn and push into the instrument, okay? Because these pegs are shaped like a cone. In order to stay in, they need to stay wedged, and you need to push them in. So I'm going to go ahead and tune my A back to where it should be, or pretty close, and then I can adjust it with my fine tuner. Here we go. Pushing in. Oops, not pushing in hard enough. All right, I'm pretty close there. It's staying. Now we'll use the fine tuner. Not too much. There it is. Now, sometimes the other strings can cause interference, so sometimes you want to hold down the other strings. There it is, confirmed that it is correct. Now, we're going to be tuning with plucking. You've seen me maybe tune with a bow in some of the other videos, and that's okay. But that is the idea on how to tune the instruments. Go slowly, go carefully. Now, the only time you should ever use the pegs is if you cannot reach the note you need with this. This would also include when strings like loosen. It happens sometimes, especially if instruments are bumped or dropped, the pegs will come all the way out. What you do is very slowly start turning it. You're turning it back, like away from yourself to tighten it. When you're looking at the instrument, it's away from you because the strings wrap around this way. So again, that is how you tune your instruments. Students, please be very careful doing it. And anytime you use the pegs, have a parent or an adult help you and make sure they've watched this video before they attempt to tune your instrument. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Let's make some music.